Hello, Worcester family. My name is Rob Adams. I'm a proud member of the class of 2006, and I'm also currently a clinical psychologist working primarily with kids and adolescents. And during this time of school closure, I've been asked a lot about kind of parenting kids and helping to kind of run the home in a way that helps to reduce stress and reduce anxiety, as well as to help deal with sibling conflict and things like that. And so I wanted to share a presentation with you all today that I had created for some of the people that I work with. At Worcester, I studied attachment theory a lot as a psychology major. I did my IS about parent-child attachment relationships, and ended up doing my doctoral dissertation related to attachment as well. And so even in this slideshow, you'll see a continuation of that theme. I think parent-child relationships are really important to me, and it's part of how I think about my clients and what I do, and that started really at Worcester. So thank you to all those who helped me along the way with that journey. But after Worcester, I went and did my doctorate at Wheaton College outside Chicago, and I've been a practicing licensed psychologist for the last about 8 years. So just wanted to share this with you all, hoping that it could be helpful during this time when we're all kind of experiencing a little more stress and things are a little different at home. So let me share this with you all, and there will be a link to it as well, so I'm not going to touch on everything, but hope that some of these things can be helpful for you at home. So one thing that I start with for parents is just to help them to accept their limitations and to know that they need to give themselves some space to know that there's going to be another day, that they may make mistakes, they may want the day to have run differently, and they'll have a chance for that to happen the next day. So our kids need that space as well. And one way to think about this is to do your day in smaller chunks. Just think about, how did breakfast go? How did the morning go? What can you learn from the morning to change for the afternoon, and kind of make it a better day, something more that you would have liked it to be. Mindful parenting is an important thing to me that I talk to many clients about, and their parents particularly. And so I've got a couple different things that will help parents be more mindful of what is happening around them. So check in with yourself every day. Monitor your physical and your emotional state, and know what your values are, and know that you want to be living according to those values, even in moments of tension and anxiety or frustration. And so even though your emotion may tell you one thing, see what your values are telling you and how you can maintain that level or that type of parenting from that value every day at home. Self-care is also really important, especially during these stressful times when we've run out of the adrenaline of the first few weeks, and now we need stamina to keep us going. So proactively addressing different parts of who you are, your physical and emotional self, your spiritual and relational selves as well. And do these daily habits, and then also make it a family affair. So maybe cook a meal with fresh ingredients together, go on walks together right now as it's getting warmer. Look at the colors and the plants that are coming out in spring. We live in Northeast Ohio, so we haven't always had most of those days recently, but they're coming. And so we're trying to do what we can to get outside and really enjoy that environment. And when you do this proactively, it helps to reduce your vulnerability to strong emotions and your reactivity to those emotions. We also want to know when we are needing a time of self-care. When do we need to respond with compassion to ourselves and say, you know what, it's time for me to step back and take a break. So I don't know about the rest of you, but if you happen to have siblings at home that are not always getting along well, here are a few things that they could benefit from. One-on-one time with a parent, together time with the whole family, and some alone time as well. And during that one-on-one time, I really encourage you to be fully present and to make it about what they are thinking and feeling and how they want to engage with you. Let them choose what they want to play, and listen for what they're trying to communicate about their emotions as well. And use this family time as well to practice noticing emotions and responding to frustration in positive ways. Modeling is a really important part of the parent-child relationship. So be making sure that you're modeling things that you want them to copy. And then enjoy kind of the time of taking turns leading and choosing the activity and getting them engaged in what you're doing together as a family. And alone time is important for kids just as it is for us adults. And so help them to create a space and find things that will help them to connect with parts of who they are that make them feel good and skills that they are learning. Some tips for parents: labeled praise is something that's important, especially for really young kids. Be very specific about what you're seeing in them do and that you want that to continue. Using start commands instead of stop commands or criticism is important for parents. So instead of just saying, don't leave a mess, give them specific directions of what to do. And this helps them to be focused on kind of taking proactive steps instead of kind of the critical sound of, you keep making messes, that type of criticism. Encourage siblings to notice positive things in one another and even set it up in a way where they can move towards teamwork and helpfulness and kindness, and encourage that in one another as they see it. And they can maybe earn something special. My kids really like to do movie nights, so they can earn a movie night if they both are kind of earning some of these points by noticing some of the positive things in one another. Change it up sometimes. Sometimes one thing is working today, and tomorrow it's just going to be a completely different dance. And so sometimes we need to take the things that are working and maybe change the environment, move outside some, have another family member or friend connect with them via FaceTime or Zoom, just to try to change the dynamic and get them, whether that be about homework, whether that be about reading stories at night. Encouraging other people to be involved is helpful for you, and it's helpful for the kids to stay connected to the people that are in your lives. Practice gratitude every day, and remind kids that yes, many things have changed right now, but there are still things that have not changed. Things about your family, things about themselves, skills that they have, traits that they have that you enjoy about them, their friendships. That yes, the rhythm of daily life is different, but let's also remember what is not different, and that helps to kind of create security when we can be aware of those things. And finally, accept help, whether that be from family or friends that are near or far. Be willing to ask for specific help, specific things that can help you, whether that be asking someone to make a meal for you, read to the kids at bedtime, or if you need to talk to a professional in your area, be willing to do that during this time. That models something that's very healthy to the kids, and that also helps you to take care of yourself and take care of your family overall. So those are just some quick tips, some things that I've been sharing with clients that I hope can be helpful to all of you. I hope that during this time that the stress has been manageable, and that your community has come around you, and you around them. So it's been great talking to you. Thank you for sharing this with me. And I look forward to seeing some of you in the near future. Take care.